Hi, hello. I'm Sarita Gunashekaran. In this video, I wish to share some points on sets through PowerPoint slides. Hope it will help you to understand better. Now, let us go to our slides. In this slide, I give some introduction about sets. The theory of sets was developed by German mathematician George Cantor. Sets are used to define the concepts of relations and functions. The study of geometry sequence, probability, etc. requires the knowledge of set. If we see some real life application, in every shopping mall we have noticed that there are separate portions for each kind of things. For instance, clothing shops are on another floor, whereas the food court is at another part of the mall. It will help the users to find the place correctly. Next example, it will help you to understand better. Representative house. If we take representative houses are examples of sets. Here the people belong to various departments have to sit separately from other departments. It will help to understand the viewers to from which department the speaker is coming from and what they are talking about. So it is very easy to understand. And there are lot of real life examples are there. Now let us see definition of sets. The collection of well defined distinct objects is known as a set. Here the word well defined refers to a specific property which makes it easy to identify whether the given object belongs to the set or not. The word distinct means that the object of a set must be all different. Here I am given some examples of sets. Here this one B, the collection of vowels in alphabet. Always we will name the set in alphabet capital alphabet, and the members of sets must be in small alphabet and numbers also. Second one, the collection of numbers whose square is less than 40. So if we take 1, its square is 1, 2, then 4, its square is 4. If we take the number 3, its square is 9, and if we take 4, its square is 16, 5, its square is 25, 6, its square is 36, but it doesn't contain 7 because 7 square is greater than 40. Here only we have the numbers whose square is less than 40. So move on to next slide. Here I listed some of the examples of sets. Here N denotes the set of natural numbers, and Q denotes the rational numbers, R denotes the set of real numbers, P denotes the set of prime numbers, Z denotes the set of integers, E the set of even integers, and O the set of odd integers. This one is very important because in this chapter we are using a lot of symbols which we don't know before. Let me to explain this. This one is a empty bracket. Always we will represent the members of the set inside the bracket. So this is empty bracket, that is a set, and we will represent the elements of the set within the bracket. This one is epsilon, that means it belongs to. It called as belongs to. Belongs to means that element belongs to that set. If you put one slash on that epsilon, it means that that element does not belongs to T. This notation is a subset of a set. So one set is here S is subset of T, and this one is proper subset. That's proper subset of a set. That is the number of elements in S is less than the number of elements in T. This notation is union, this one is intersection, and this one is pi. Pi means the empty set. That means empty set means without elements, brackets without elements. That is called empty set. In this slide, I am trying to say the forms of sets. In general, three forms are there: descriptive form, set builder form, roster or tabular form. In this table, I explain three forms. If we take even numbers between 1 and 9, this one is a descriptive form. The same set we can represent in set builder form, that is capital A. We are naming the set as A, and that is equal to set of all x, such that x is even, 1 is less than x and less than 9. That is x is belongs to 1 and 9. In roster form or tabular form, the set will contain the distinct elements. That is the elements between 1 and 9 are 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. Let me to explain one more example. Alphabets in the word school. This is in descriptive form. In set builder form, we can write it as set S is equal to set notation alphabets in school. And in roster or tabular form, capital S is equal to set notation S, C, H, O, L. Although school has two O's, but in the roster form the elements won't repeat. Also, three more examples are there. I think it will help you to understand better. Single digit number which are perfect squares also. So name it as C, and we are writing it as in set builder form, set of all x such that x square is less than 10. That is equal to C equal to 1, 4, 9. The set contain 1, 4 and 9. The square of first four natural numbers. That is D equal to set of all x square such that x is less than or equal to 4, and this in roster form D contains 1, 4, 9, 16. Okay, move on to next slide. Here I am giving the types of sets. Here I make it one table. So here types of sets. Empty means a definition of an empty set is doesn't contain any element. Already we know that the symbol pi denotes the empty set. Also the set notation without any element. And finite set. Finite set either empty or consists of a definite number of elements. So number of elements here can be denoted as n of s. So if we take w equal to x such that x square minus 16 equal to 0, this set will contain only one element, that is 4. So n of s equal to 1. Infinite set, it contains uncountable number of elements. So n equal to set of all natural numbers, set of all whole numbers, like that. Equal sets. Two sets A and B are equal if they have exactly the same elements, otherwise they are unequal. Equal means the number of elements in A equal to number of elements in B. If it is unequal, number of elements in A is not equal to number of elements in B. If we take these two sets, the number of elements in A equal to number of elements in B, so A equal to B. Also, if the order of the elements changed, means it won't affect the sets. Subset. Set A is subset of set B if every element of A is also an element of B. We denoted it as A is subset of B. Whenever this implies whenever element belongs to A, then that element definitely belongs to B. If A is not subset of B, then we will denote it as like this. always the empty set is a subset of given set. This one is very important note. Always the empty set is subset of the given set. And next one, power set, collection of all subset of a set A. We denoted it as P of A. If we take example A equal to 1 comma 2 and P of A is equal to pi and 1 singleton sets and 2 and again this full set 1 comma 2. Here n of P of A equal to 4 because 1, 2, 3, 4. It contains 4 elements. That is equal to, we can write it as 2 power 2. So from this we can understand A is a set with n of A equal to m, then n of P of A equal to 2 power m. Universal set. Universal set is a set from where all the subsets are come from. We denoted it as U with example means for set of all integers, the universal set can be the set of all rational numbers or the set of all real numbers. So I think you will understand better and move on to next slide. Here I am giving some important notes which are missing till now. And let us move on to next slide. In this slide I am trying to explain the operations on sets, union of sets. First operation we are going to see is union of sets. The union of two sets A and B is the set C, which consists of all those elements which are either in A or in B. We write it as A union B equal to set of all x such that x belongs to A or x belongs to B. It either belongs to A or either belongs to B. If we take the set A equal to AE IOU and B equal to AIU, A union B equal to A. We are getting A union B equal to A. So union of sets A and its subsets B is the set A itself here. If B is subset of A, then A union B equal to A. From this we can understand if B is subset of A, then A union B must be equal to the set A. Here I am try to explain the properties of the operation of intersection. Union. Properties of the operations of union. A union B equal to B union A. This is called commutative law. And next one is A union B union C equal to A union B union C. This one is associative law. A union phi equal to A. Law of identity element. Here pi is the identity of union. A union A equal to A. Idempotent law. U universal set U union A equal to U. This one is called law of U. So move on to next one. Here second operation is intersection of sets. The intersection of sets A and B is the set of all elements which are common to both A and B. The symbol intersection is used to denote the intersection. The intersection of two sets A and B is the set of all those elements which belong to both A and B. In union, either element belongs to A or B, but in intersection it must belong to A and B. So A intersection B is set of all x such that x belongs to A and x belongs to B. Let A equal to, if we take example A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and B equal to 2, 3, 5, 7, A intersection B equal to B. We have to show this. So we have A intersection B equal to 2, 3, 5, 7 because 2 belongs to B also and A also, 3 belongs to B also, A also. So we are getting 2, 3, 5, 7 which is equal to B. So from this we can understand, if B is subset of A, then A intersection B equal to B. Also one note, if A and B are two sets such that A intersection B equal to 5, then A and B are called disjoint sets, because they are getting intersection equal to null set. So A and B are called disjoint sets. Properties of the operation of intersection. Here A intersection B equal to B intersection A. This is commutative law. A intersection B intersection C equal to A intersection B intersection C. This is associative law. Phi intersection A equal to phi. This one is law of identity. And A intersection A equal to A. This is idempotent law. Universal set intersection A equal to A. That is law of U. And A intersection B intersection C equal to A intersection B union A intersection C. Distributive law. Venn diagram. I am trying to explain the Venn diagram of union and intersection. This one is A and this one is B. So shaded part is B. Here intersection A, B, C, and the shaded portion is denoting A union C. Here three sets A, B, C. The shaded portion give you A intersection B, the common portion of A and B. This one denoting the complement of A, elements other than A. So let me to explain another slide, then we will come back to that Venn diagram. Difference of sets. This operation is difference of sets. The difference of the sets A and B in this order is the set of elements which belong to A but not to B. Symbolically we write A minus B. So A minus B equal to set of all X such that X belongs to A and X does not belongs to B. Here we are taking A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and B equal to 2, 4, 6, 8. A minus B equal to the elements belongs to A but that element does not belongs to B. So 1 is belongs to A and does not belongs to B. So it will belongs to A minus B. And 3 also belongs to A but does not belongs to B. And 5 also belongs to A and does not belongs to B. So A minus B is 1, 3, 5. B minus A is 2 belongs to B but it belongs to A also. 4 belongs to B and it also belongs to A also. If we take 6, it belongs to B also and A also. If we take 8, it belongs to B but not belongs to A. So B minus A must be only the element 8. Okay. So A minus B does not equal to B minus A. So in difference we don't have commutative law, I think so. The sets A minus B, A intersection B and B minus A are mutually disjoint sets, because the intersection of these sets will be the null set. So these three sets are mutually disjoint. So move on to next one. Complement, that is complement of sets. Let U be the universal set and A a subset of U, then the complement of A is the set of all elements of U which are not the elements of A. Symbolically we write A dash to denote the complement of A with respect to U. So A dash equal to set of all X such that X belongs to universal set and X does not belongs to A. So A dash must be write it as U minus A. So here I am giving one example. Let U be the universal set of all the students of class 11. Find A dash. Since A is the set of all girls, A dash is clearly the set of all boys in the class. Okay. Here properties. Complement law. A union A dash equal to universal set U. Second one, A intersection A dash equal to phi. De Morgan law, very important law in set. A union B old dash equal to A dash intersection B dash. A intersection B old dash equal to A dash union B dash. Law of double complementation, that is A dash the whole dash equal to A. So here we are ending with our video. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please share and leave your suggestion in the comment box, and don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you. Bye.